were all rich. It was obvious from their clothing and demeanor. Alex strode to the door of the bank and pushed it open. Ouch! The main door could be opened both inward and outward, and Alex had been a bit careless when he pushed it open from the outside. As a result, the door had bumped into a long-haired young woman who had been heading out of the building. He quickly apologized. Sorry, I didn't see you. What do you mean you didn't see me? What, am I invisible? She held a hand to her forehead and glared at him. The bank's assistant manager, Karen Young, had noticed the incident and hurried over. She checked on the woman first and then looked at Alex in disapproval. When her gaze swept over him, a trace of suspicion appeared on her face. Metro Skybank was different from most banks, as the clientele were almost exclusively high-end business people. Karen knew the young woman was there with her father, but she didn't know why Alex was there. Judging from his appearance and age, he wasn't their usual type of customer. Sir, can I be of assistance? She asked with a polite but forced smile. Alex simply said, I'm here to withdraw money. Withdraw money? The sullen woman asked, sneering at him. Do you have a card? Karen asked, continuing to smile politely. Getting a Metro Sky Bank card was not easy. $1 million of savings was the minimum requirement to qualify. Karen felt certain that the man in front of her couldn't have much experience with the bank and wouldn't know their rules. Perhaps he had thought that other banks' cards could also be used here. No, Alex replied, shaking his head. The woman he had accidentally hit with the door couldn't help but giggle when she heard his honest reply. He wasn't worth any more of her attention. Let's go. Her father had walked up, still arranging the documents he was carrying. My dad and I are leaving. The woman shook Karen's hand and then looked over at Alex. Miss Young, having someone like this around could damage your bank's image and upset your customers. I hope this will not happen again. With that, she took her father's arm and opened the door. Take care, Mr. Scott. Karen followed them out a few steps, watching as they got into a car and left. Turning around, she headed back inside, having made up her mind to encourage Alex to leave as soon as possible. There was no one standing where Alex had been. Oh, where's he gone? She wondered. Was it possible that the kid had been embarrassed and had quietly slipped away? She felt relieved at the thought. Then, just as she was about to go back to work, she caught a glimpse of someone out of the corner of her eye. There's the brat. No wonder I didn't see him at first, she thought. He had already reached the entrance to the VIP lounge, and a pillar had blocked her view of him. The VIP room was only for high-status customers who were worth at least $30 million, and this young man had admitted that he didn't even have a card. If she let him get through, she would be in trouble with her boss. Stop! Don't move! Karen yelled, feeling desperate. The other customers all looked around at her, obviously annoyed by her shouting. She could only smile apologetically as she walked quickly toward Alex. But he had already walked through the lounge, opened the door to the VIP room, and stepped inside. Karen hurried after Alex with a look of chagrin on her face. She tried to open the door to the VIP room, but it had been locked from the inside. Hello? Inside the VIP room, Robert Miller, the bank manager, was leaning against the sofa, looking at his phone. When the door suddenly opened, he quickly sat down and hid his phone away. Normally, when a VIP was coming in, Karen would notify him in advance. As the customer manager, he was responsible for 31 VIPs, and he knew them like the back of his hand. He immediately began to launch into his normal professional greeting, hoping to undo the poor impression he'd made by slouching against the sofa. But when he saw Alex, his expression froze. He was certain that Alex was not one of his VIPs, nor was he a relative of one. May I ask who you are? Robert asked, looking at the young man, who appeared to be around 20 years old. Robert had no idea